Three men close to a midlife crisis. Three microphones. One Zoom call. All lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Hello, again.
Hiya.
Flipping stupid equipment.
I tell you what, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it?
Don't blame the equipment, blame the person driving.
You say blame the person driving it, I'll drive around you and knock you out, mate. All right.
I tell you, that
Anyway.
was that's one of the first times that I've seen Ian actually dribble. Sweat, of course.
Oh, dear me. Right, welcome along. Thank you very much. This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast. My name is Ian Barstow, joined by Damien Lee and Darren Antrobus. If you are watching us on Facebook, thank you. Apologies for the little bit of stuttering and streaming we had. We had a few issues. I believe we are okay now. If we're not, we're just going to carry on and record the podcast anyway, and I will sort it out. I am sure we are fine. So if you are watching on Facebook, then please click on the comment and leave us a message and tell us how we are, and that'd be great. Thank you very much. Oh, right. Coming up on the show today, if you've never watched us on Facebook, we record the podcast every Wednesday evening, and we literally record it live for you to watch. So you see all the bits that don't quite work, like that. We won't mention that in the podcast recording. And then we send out the main podcast on a Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you can watch it and listen to it on there. Great start. Hello, Damien. How are you?
I'm good, you know. Yeah, I mean, last week I felt like The Walking Dead, to be honest. Awful. Corks up my nose, bit of a groggy cough, and I was a bit moody. You know, Darren was winding me up with his little potato head. You with your tiny little Beetlejuice head. Generally, I just didn't want to know any of you last week.
Beetlejuice head?
Yeah, you know, the little guy, Beetlejuice with the tiny little head. Welcome along and welcome back to the podcast. Coming up after the break.
Coming up after the break. What was that then?
I don't know what happened there, to be honest. But yeah, do you know what? I feel great. I feel a lot better. And Darren, thank you for your genuine concern. He was literally like, I don't like to see my friends poorly, and you know, I might have to go over and give him some Vicks or something. Great.
And I was like, yeah, he'll be fine. I don't really care, to be fair.
Don't know where his accent's from this week. Honestly, was it Gary Barlow or that?
Hello, Darren. How are you?
Hello, I'm all right. How are you?
Yes,
all right?
I'm fine now. I'm going to ignore what just happened.
You stress, don't you, mate? You proper.
I do. Yeah. When stuff doesn't go right, I do tend to have a little panic.
Listen,
and it's always been the way.
Can I just bring up the fact that I'm the only one here that does live radio Monday to Friday?
Oh, here we go.
Things go wrong from time to time. You just got to flow with it, you know?
Do it for a living.
I can't stop the breakfast show and go, hang on, it's just gone 7 o'clock. I'll have to start all this again because it wasn't quite right.
But I had to start the stream again because it wasn't working. So you know, if the stream's not working,
seamless links there. So it's like, so does anyone know that I do this for a living? And does anyone know that I do the breakfast show? Yeah, it's great. And are we going to get your Tony Blackburn voice again tonight? Because last week you're like, okay, and number 10, hi.
I wasn't like that.
You were a little bit, actually, to be fair.
No, I wasn't.
You did.
You haven't listened back to the podcast, mate. You don't know. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm very busy, you know. I'm very, very busy lately.
Busy building our hopes up and then knocking them down. But anyway, let's not go down that route, shall we?
Oh, nicely got in.
Yes, I just had to get it in there at some point. Right, just to let you know, if you are watching the stream at the moment, thank you so much. And do leave us a comment, say hi. Thank you to Colin, who is listening at the moment. So if you are watching, leave us a comment and that'd be great so we know that you're there. Right, just to give you an idea though, so this week we're going to be doing lots of news story. We've got a brand new mystery voice coming out this week as well for Damien and Darren to guess. If you want to guess it, you can put it in the comment actually, but you know, the stream was working. Rob Sample. Oh, hello Rob, thank you very much for watching. The stream was working but you gave up too easy. Okay, fair enough. Don't rub it in. Right, so we're going to start the podcast now. So we will say hello to you on Facebook Live and YouTube Live and all that sort of stuff once we flick in and out of it. So are we both ready to start the recording?
I can't wait. I cannot.
It's going to be one of those shows, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right, let's record. Oh, wonderful.
Not again. Not again, please.
Now none of the music's working. Oh my God! No!
Anyway, can I just say hello to Lee Vickers, by the way, while you play with your buttons and knobs there, and faders and stuff. Lee Vickers, one of my oldest friends from school. Lee Vickers has known me since I was about 10 years old.
How much you paid him?
He's a good friend of mine, is Lee Vickers. He was actually meant to be my best man before COVID stepped in and ripped the
See, you did
wedding
it there.
apart.
You
What?
did it there.
What?
You did your, he used to be my best man. It's like a mixture of Chris Tarrant and Tony Blackburn. I've known him from school for a while.
I don't sound like that.
Right.
At all.
Stop going all 80s DJ.
We're ready, we're ready, gentlemen. Right, let's start recording before everything else goes wrong.
This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast with Ian Barstow, Damian Lee, and Darren Antrobus.
Hello, welcome along to the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Thank you very much for downloading this episode, or if you're watching it on YouTube, hello as well. Don't forget, if you want to find out more about the show, head over to the website, the asyetUnnamedpodcast.uk, the asyetUnnamedpodcast.uk. Find us on Twitter at asyetUnnamedpod and search for us on Facebook, and you can come and join our ever-growing community of Facebook people that are liking our page. So thank you very much to that. And if you're listening to this podcast and you want to watch us live, you can do every Wednesday evening from 8 o'clock on Facebook. Yes, that. So, hello. Hello. What?
What were you cupping there?
What was I cupping?
Were you cupping something imaginary or?
Yeah, don't ask. Hello, Darren. How are you? It's very visual. It won't work on audio.
No, they were pervy fingers. I didn't like them at all. We went from kind of just a manly cup to a little bit pervy. Didn't like that at all.
A tickle.
Oh.
Hello, Darren. How are you?
I'm all right. Can we just...
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Yes.
It is going to
I'm
be
all right,
one of
yes.
those today. And
Yes,
hello,
yes.
Damien. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, I was saying earlier on what we read on radio. I was really ill last week, horrible, and feel a lot better, feeling jolly good tonight, feeling all happy. And you know what? I've had myself a little wine gum. I haven't had one for years. Beautiful.
Wine gum or gummy bears?
Oh, it's a wine gum actually.
You are literally going to eat that while we're recording.
Yeah. Get yourself down, you kid.
One of the
Come on.
worst things you can do on radio is sit there and chew a wine gum.
You're going to sound like an ASMR person now, slapping your lips at that.
Oh, here it. Oh, so RSBCA. Just talk normally, man. Over the last couple of weeks, you've turned into a right 80s nutter. What's going on?
I can't believe you are literally eating a wine gum on air.
Wait till you see my top 5 songs for later. Oh, yes.
Oh, we are leaving you till last, don't you worry. Although, to be fair, my top 5 songs, I've got a feeling that you are going to, my number 1, you are literally going to, but I'm going to say for this week, when we're saying what the song is, let's explain the reason why, and then after we've explained our reasons why, because we can then
I'm
jump
looking
in
forward
and-
to this week.
Yeah, take
I
the
think we
mickey
should
out of
start the top 5 earlier. In my opinion, I think it's a goodie. I think we need to go right in there.
I think we've got room to do it. Have we not, Captain? Because you've ditched off the Damien versus Darren because I think Damien was a sore loser last week.
Very
I do
much
think
so.
the top 5 is very good, and rather than keeping it to the second half, I think we go in there. Go in.
Now, you know, we've got a thing called a Facebook chat that we discuss show stuff on. Do you not think it would have been a good idea to perhaps bring that up on the sort of like the pre-show talks that we have?
Yeah, but listen, we're live, all right? And I know we're recording this live, and we're on the podcast. And
Yeah,
it's
but you
on...
don't have to edit it, mate.
You are?
Right, do you want to do the top 5 now, then?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
No, not yet.
No,
There's nothing
exactly.
Wrong. There's nothing wrong with an on-air production meeting. You know,
No.
some of the biggest radio shows always used to do on-air production meetings. They're funny.
Anyway, so
I used to do lots of links as well into the weather at 10 to 5. Let's speak to Jane in the flying eye. Hi, Jane.
See this pen here, Damien?
Yeah.
Can you grab a pen near you, please? Can you just do
Yes.
that? Yeah. Can you insert it up your nose as far as it will go?
Ah, do you know what?
that's
No
like
need for that,
that's
is
like
there?
having a COVID test. That is. Ugh,
It is.
horrible.
Should we do the news?
Yes, we shall. We're going to start with a serious story. That is everyone knows about it. It's been going on for ages, but it is COVID-19. Talking of testing, and it is the fact that the current infection rate within the UK is steadily rising. Today's figures on Wednesday, the 16th of September, was just shy of 4,000 new infections a day. So we are now, I think we are higher now than we were when we went into lockdown in March on daily infection rate.
Whoa. Really?
I'm pretty certain that we are now at a level where they were definitely closing pubs and starting the restrictions. So we were pretty much at a similar level to that now. So there's loads of stuff about tests and the fact that lots of people can't get a test at the moment because there is pinch points in the testing system. And also the worrying sign now is that the hospital admissions are now the highest they've been since July. So we tend to have a 2-week difference between infection, hospitalisation, then there's about another 2-week lag for increase in deaths. So we are about 2 weeks behind France and Spain, etc., if we follow the same pattern as we did at the start of the pandemic in March.
Can I just jump in there for a second? So what you're saying, Ian, is, let me get this right in my head, that in 2 weeks' time, we could have doubled the number of infections.
The infection rate at the moment is doubling every 5 to 7 days. It was last week on Friday every 8 to 10 days. We are now doubling every 5 to 7 days.
Oh my days! Can we talk about the testing thing? Because I heard something on a national radio station today, which was it kind of made me laugh a little bit. But then I thought, hang on a minute, I shouldn't be laughing because this is an absolute nightmare. Would you like to divulge what I heard about testing?
Yes, carry on.
A couple of ladies. One that was based in the northeast, so Newcastle upon Tyne. She couldn't get a test locally. She had to go to London to go get a test, which is a 6-hour trip. And another lady was given a test, but she would have to either go to the Isle of Wight or to Northern Ireland, and she lived in Cambridgeshire. So that's what I was hearing on the radio today.
Now, yesterday, there was a loophole, and I am not telling people to do this in any way whatsoever, and it will probably be closed by now.
I heard this.
If you were in Manchester and you found capacity to have a test in London, if you went to any test centre in the UK with the QR code that you have to print off and take with you, you would get tested. Because the QR codes and the barcodes that people use, that the government system uses, aren't recognised and locked to different locations around the UK. So you could get a test anywhere in the UK and go to any test centre in the UK, show them the QR code, they'd scan it and go, yeah, you can have a test, off you go.
There's another loophole I heard today on the same radio station, on the same show that I was listening to. And if you, for example, if you lived in Edinburgh or Aberdeen, but then you say that you lived in London and pretend you lived in London, you will get a test in London. Well, there's like a really funny kind of loophole.
It is, and it is that there's no geographical restriction on where you can get a test once you have the authority to get a test. But
have either of you guys had a test? Because I did have a test.
I had a test not too long ago.
And look, again, I think, if you've got symptoms, you should go and have a test. It is uncomfortable, but it's not uncomfortable enough not to have one. And I think where we are at the moment, my children have gone back to school as well. And the first kind of week or so they came back and all of us had colds, all of us. But that's a cold. It's a common cold. There was loose, snot. Sorry to be a bit vulgar.
I think the scientific term is mucus.
Yeah, but bearing in mind, if you look at that, we've all kind of been shielding. Not many people have had colds because we're all washing our hands more. We're all not going that close to each other. As soon as the kids go back to school, they're around each other. They bring stuff home. And obviously now people are getting worried because their kids have got sniffles and stuff, taking them for tests. And that's where a lot of it is coming from. A lot of people now are just going for tests.
See, the problem...
But I think... And not to get too political, because that's not for this platform and not for this show.
Why not?
Yeah. So I just think at the moment, I think people are crying out for just clear clarity. You're telling us to all go for a test. Now you're telling us, actually, no, you can't go for a test because that's the problem. Now we're being told that our neighbours can grass on us. It's just... everything's a bit bizarro land, and I know that no government would have ever really been prepared for something like this because no one has been. But it's just taught to us, go outside, don't go outside, go outside and join your friends. Actually, come back inside. Don't go outside. It's hard, It's where do we go? What do we do?
So it's the problem we have at the moment is that we are at the start of flu season, the start of respiratory issues. So it is getting into winter. We're spending more time indoors, which is when things like the flu, common cold, all that sort of thing. All these people are going to be getting this. If we have a massive flu season this year, which we could well have, there could well be a big flu spike. That's going to put extra pressure on. So we are heading. I would not be surprised. I don't think we will go back into a national lockdown, but I think we will go into a more restrictive curfews they're talking about, so that pubs have to close at 10 o'clock. Everyone has to be back home for 10 o'clock.
But that should have happened. Let's be honest. Pubs, look, again, I'm no expert on this, but was it a good thing for pubs to open before schools? Was that the priority of this country? Let's open the boozer, but keep your kids at home. I think we're all... There was a big groan in our office when it was released about the Oxford trial that's going on for the vaccine being put on hold, and it's starting again, thank goodness, and that seems like it's at the forefront. They're already now apparently giving frontline workers the Chinese version of the vaccine. They're giving a version to people in Russia. So there are vaccines now that are being given, but not completely in mass. So they're trialing it.
They are trialing it. Russia announced that they have the first vaccine that they can put out to everyone. It's not true. It was going on trials. We are not going to get a vaccine until mass vaccine until this time next year at the earliest. And the thing is,
agree with that. Actually, I disagree.
I think a mass vaccine. We will have a vaccine. I'm not saying we won't have something that can be used, but to mass immunise the population of Great Britain will take a massive effort and logistical and all of that sort of stuff.
Spring of next year. That's what I go for.
I honestly don't think we will have a mass vaccine for everybody. So I could go and get a vaccine. You could get a vaccine. Everyone watching could get a vaccine. That won't happen until this time next year.
And it is difficult because, we've got some people on live stream as well. And hi to Dagmara as well. Always very aware of current issues in the world. It is getting to the point now where people are hearing on the news about COVID. We're talking about it now. And people are getting fed up of it. However, do you know what? We've got to live alongside this thing.
It isn't a thing to get fed up with at all. We've all got to take notice.
But on the flip side, you can get fed up of it and you can get kind of complacent about it. We've all got to realise that it's here, it's with us, and we've just got to work, with the rules. And it's a shame when you see a certain, group of people that just don't care. Just don't care. And it's gone at that. I think at the early days with us all outside clapping for the carers and you'd help your neighbour out. Now it's almost like, do you know what? You were helping your neighbour out because you were poorly. Now you've got grass on them if they've got more than 5 in the garden.
Would you?
It's just, I don't know.
Would you, Damien?
It's a shame, really. Very, very much a shame where it all is.
Would you grass on people? If someone next door to you was having a massive party and there are 20, 30 people there, would you call the police?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. I think I probably would as well.
Yeah, I think if it was like 30 odd people and there was glow sticks and people in their bikinis, I'd probably watch.
Well, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Pervy neighbour. Oh yeah. But if it was something, really going on, you just wouldn't, would you? You just wouldn't want to be part of it.
I hate all my neighbours, so I would call them if there was more than 6 people in a garden.
You just want some news. Bless the bloke on news at 10 as well. I watch him and he's reading the news and he come on and he go, right then, another great edition of news at 10. See you tomorrow. Absolutely fed up. It's because we kind of, you hear the statistics, and a couple of weeks ago we're all like, okay. But then on the annoying side of it, and I'm on my soapbox now, you flick on the news a couple of weeks ago and there was a story about Wuhan. They're all in a pool party together on Lilo's watching a big screen in a party. Woo! So it came from Wuhan. Thanks very much. It's come over here. They're living the dream, having pillow fights in the water. And us lot, I tell you, rule of 6.
Incidentally, I went to Blackpool on Saturday for an overnight stay
Right.
to see the Illuminations, which is a tradition thing up this neck of the woods. And we took our masks.
You're about
We took
60.
our-
You're about 60 miles away from Blackpool, mate.
What?
It's not your neck of the
What, in
woods.
Stoke?
Yeah. Aren't you?
Yeah, but it's only about an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
it's not your neck of the
That-
woods. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, anyway. So we took our hand gels, we took our masks. Every time we went to an amusement, we hand sanitized before we played on something. Then we hand sanitized again on the way out. We hand sanitized again before we ate. We wore our masks when it was crowded outside as well as inside. So we ticked all the boxes. We did everything. Did everybody else do the same thing? Absolutely not.
No, and that's one.
And that's your problem.
That is one
That-
of the issues.
That's again, we went to a farm recently that I won't mention where it was. But there was a group of people in front of us that didn't have masks on whatsoever. We did. We actually said, sorry, why are those guys not in masks? Well, we can't enforce it, which I get, which I understand. Okay. So then about 10 minutes later, another one of our friends walked in, got stopped. Did it look a bit dodgy? Was he not what you wanted in here? You know, so it's, you know, I know it's a fine line, and I know it can be difficult, and I know none of us have the answers. But you know what? I just feel like old Bozza should come out, just talk straight to us. This is what we're going to do, guys, because
when has he
you know-
ever? When has he ever talked straight other than just go?
I was
I don't want to bash just Boris, because at the end of the day, you know, people got him in and the whole Brexit thing was done. I think people were fed up of it.
Whatever. Not a chance. Have you not listened to what's happened in Parliament this week? Not a chance.
Not at all, actually. Not at all. But now I know, now it's okay to break international law. It's all right.
Yes, if
do it.
if you get caught by the police, you can use the defence that I am just breaking the law in a very measured and mannered way. So it's fine. Don't worry about it, because apparently you can break the law when it's a very measured way of doing it.
But that's been the same since day one. Look at Dominic Cummings. I just decided to go down the motorway to test my eyes. You wouldn't do that, would you? I mean, you just
Do you not do that? Is that not what Specsavers tell you to do when you go for an eye test? Just get in your car, drive down the
car.
highway. If you don't
Off
hit
you go.
anybody or anything, you're fine. That's not what happens.
our leader, Boris Johnson, has been very, very British. If you think about everything he said, he's not gone, you are locking down. You ain't going anywhere, pal. You're staying in. He's done this kind of.
No, do you know what he's doing? He's being
We
very.
advise you.
He's being very, very Trumpian, and I'm sorry, he is.
No, Trumpian's a bit more direct.
No, he is. They're playing the same game.
It wouldn't surprise me if he stands down next year.
Really?
I've got a feeling this time next year, I don't think he'll be in power. And, you know, I think at the beginning, geez, I didn't want the bloke to be ill. And he was really ill, you know, he was in hospital.
I would never wish anything on anybody.
And no
like
one
that.
wanted that.
No,
And
definitely not.
it was almost like you just there's even this Good Morning Britain thing. Whether you love him, you hate him, and I want to punch him in the face sometimes. Old Piers Morgan. Do you know what? For them to boycott a show that is one of the most popular breakfast shows for I think it's like 190 days now. Do you do that? Or do you actually face people and have the tough answers? It would almost like you respect them more if they just went, "Do you know what? I got that wrong. We didn't do it right." But they never do. It's we'll answer the question. You know,
The government has boycotted Channel 4 News for about the last 12 months.
Yeah.
They will not go on Channel 4 News because Channel 4 News is one of the ones where they will get hard questions. Anyway, on a lighter note on the COVID thing, Darren told me this earlier. The most.
Oh, sorry.
listened...
Is there a lighter thing with the
Well,
COVID?
no, it's a lighter end to this serious bit of the conversation.
Awful segue.
It's
Really?
to end on a higher note.
That's
then.
it.
Yeah, thank you. To end on a higher note, the most listened to, the most downloaded and streamed song according to Spotify during lockdown was what, Damien?
Oh, during lockdown.
During lockdown, according to Spotify, what was the most downloaded and streamed song on their platform?
Oh, I think it was going to be something uplifting, pretty positive.
I I know the answer to this because I gave
Yeah,
Ian
you
the,
gave
info,
it- you
the
gave it to
info.
me.
So
Was it
you-
the Dame Vera Lynn song?
No.
no. It's a bit more modern and commercial than that.
Think of something. What was everyone really missing? When
Itsy Witsy Teeny Weeny.
yeah, by Timmy Mallet, that would be excellent. It was
Good friend of mine.
Mr. Blue Sky by ELO.
Wow.
Was the most streamed song on Spotify during lockdown, apparently.
It's all right.
So just again, not to be, not to go on and but you're saying to us then, Ian, on this show right now, you don't think there's going to be a vaccine.
I think there will
this
be.
year.
I think there will be a vaccine that will be approved probably by the end of this year. We will not have enough for mass immunisation, which is, if it's 2 doses, which most of them are, we would need 120 million doses for everybody in the UK. We will not have that till this time next year. So they will probably start immunising care home nurses, nurseries, school teachers, all the frontline services. They will probably start early next year. General population wise, we probably won't be able to get one till summer next year.
And you think it will still be still lockdown conditions at that time?
We will be in more restrictive movement until we get a full max.
So what you're
vaccine.
saying is you're writing Christmas off, you reckon?
Oh God, yeah.
I think that's a given.
I honestly think we will. I think we won't be able to go to we won't be able to go to family houses and have mass gatherings at Christmas, unfortunately.
I know somebody who listens to my breakfast show up there in Old Cheshire who's putting their decorations up, just one houses, because they've written off Christmas. They've gone, let's just do it now. Let's just put the decorations up and just have it away with Christmas already.
No.
You got a problem with that?
Yes, I have a massive problem with people putting Christmas decorations up in September. Just don't.
I'm not a big fan of that because for me, Christmas was always like you were so excited for the kind of the calendar build up, and now it's like Halloween ends, you go trick or treating the next day. What's going on? There's balls outside. It's only just Halloween.
Never. It's bad enough that Tesco's and other supermarkets are now selling the selection boxes, like the roses and the heroes. They're now spacing them across the store so that it slowly creeps in, and before you know it, we'll be having Christmas and nobody will be able to go anywhere, so it'll be fine.
I have not got a problem with anybody who wants to put their decorations up now, because they've written the year off, haven't they? They've just gone, let's just.
But you
do
don't
it.
put
Let's
decorations.
put 'em up.
No, it's just stupid. And I'm sorry, I don't know your friends, but they're just stupid. So
They're not my friends, listeners.
well, listeners, then even more.
You
stupid.
went very posh there, by the way.
Did I?
don't know your friends. But maybe we could go for some.
Someone has just mentioned on Facebook that retail has to start Christmas early. I understand retail. I get that. It's just something the British will always say after school goes back. Halloween is a little bit, but then Christmas starts to creep in. I get that people spread the cost and they'll buy. I'll probably buy a selection box in a couple of weeks just stick it in the cupboard for a present. But I get that. But you don't put your Christmas decorations up at home until.
No, I agree with that. I agree, and I'm very I have to put my Christmas decorations down as well after X amount of days.
Oh, well, ours are down the day after Boxing Day.
Yeah, I don't go that extreme, but
No,
we've
they
got
are.
children as well.
Yeah,
I can
well,
imagine.
children. I don't care about children, do I?
Can I just bring up the fact that Anthony, who's watching us live on Facebook, has said he's with me. Bring the Christmas forward, as we all need cheering up. I get that. I understand that. And I've started a campaign on the breakfast show. And we're just going to say to people,
Do you know what? I'm sick of this. To be honest.
If ever you want a reason
what,
to
mate?
listen, yeah.
I don't mind. Like,
if you want cheering up, just do it.
I mean, do you see me or Ian every 5 seconds? Do you know what? I might put a couple of temps out. I might advertise a job. Do you see Ian turning around going, my days as a Tintin impersonator doesn't happen. What was that?
I will explain the reason why I have Christmas talkover music, because Darren said, "Oh, did you see? There's a new trailer out today for." If anyone watched 2 Christmases ago on Netflix, there was a film called The Christmas Chronicles with Darren. Who was it?
It was Kurt Russell and a very small cameo. He's nodding away. You love it, don't
It's
you?
a good film.
Was that really two Christmases
2018
ago?
Yeah, two
Christmas
Christmases ago.
2018. Yeah.
Wow.
It is a really good film, and they now have a brand new trailer out for the Christmas Chronicle 2, which will be out this Christmas. So here we go. Have a listen.
We're about to show you something you've never seen before.
You're in Santa's village, the real one.
Awesome!
Mrs. Claus designed everything.
Well, if she designed this place, I think it should be called Mrs. Claus's Village.
Well, I never thought of that.
Of course you didn't. We'll see you soon.
Now, I know it's a very quick trailer, chaps, and everybody listening to that then, but do you know why I like Kurt Russell's version of Santa so much?
Go on.
Gone are the days of the jolly, big-bellied, whatever it is, I don't know. That was a bit scary, wasn't it?
Sorry, did the extras suddenly join? What was that?
Merry Christmas.
No one wants that, do they? Imagine that coming down your chimney.
So he's got rid of the jolly kind of, character of Santa, and he's doing a really cool, zero carbs, I think, in the last one, in the part one film, and he's just doing a really chilled out, laid back Santa Claus, and I like that. That's great.
It was. I really enjoyed Christmas Chronicles. It
was a great film, and
I
mean that will be something coming up down the line. It will be one of our top fives. I think we all agree, and hopefully this year. I would love it as well. New Year's Eve, we were all saying, can't wait to get this year behind us. 2020. All right, what's the matter with you?
Sorry, Anthony's just put you'd make a great Santa, Darren.
Really offended. Really offended.
I mean, that's implying that he's a bit rotund. I don't like that. We don't do anything like that on this show. Why does he look like a massive potato with bits of stubble coming out of it? Anyway, should we move on to the next item?
This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast with Ian Barstow, Damian Lee, and Darren Antrobus.
Right, so thank you very much. If you're watching on Facebook, we've got Rob Sample watching. Thank you. We've got I never know. I'm really bad because he's listening. He's watching every week. Is it
Anthony?
No. DUNC.
I beg your pardon.
Dunk Pen.
Thank you. I apologise because I'm really bad with names. He is currently in France and he is listening from France. So thank you very much for that. We much appreciate it. Where he said they've had 10,000 cases on Saturday. Blimey, all right.
Deary me. We've also got quite a lot of people watching on the Facebook party, the live party thing. What's it?
Are you running a watch party without informing us?
I'm running a watch party. I don't know what it is, but it's running, and there's a few people in it. So I go,
okay.
Woo, it's a party.
So you're taking away
What
from
is that?
You're taking
What
away
is that?
from it's basically where you play a TV show and you all agree to play it at the same time and you watch along and you have a watch party.
Right.
So you can do it with Netflix. So you can go onto Netflix. You can invite your friends to watch at the same time as you via Facebook, and you can have a watch party.
So they're watching us do this now.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Hi.
Right.
So yeah, we've got quite a few people in that as well. So that's nice.
Go on, Dan.
Sorry.
Go on.
Yeah, before you move on, I think somebody in our street's having a house party because I've just seen blue flashing lights. Clearly. Anyway, sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
We are going to do. Oh, it's Babs.
Sorry, this is our producer Barbara. She comes in every now and then. Well, what are you doing in that now? It's not funny. No, it's not, is it? Because we're still in September. Get out.
She wearing a Lady Santa's outfit for you,
Yeah.
Damien?
Unbelievable. With a beard as well.
Fantastic.
And do you know what's even worse? It's a ginger beard as well.
And it's not fake.
Oh,
Damien. Oh no! Have you just had the same thought? Oh no! Let's not go down that route. Have you just thought of somebody?
Oh dear, I'm not party to this.
oh dearie me.
We just had
That's one for off air. Brilliant.
Oh,
Let's move on to the next show.
We just had exactly the same thought about exactly the same person.
Oh, dearie me.
We are
Brilliant.
so in tune, Damien. It's untrue. Right, we are going to move on then. So we are going to do mystery voice people, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can before you move on, can you give a bit of background why we've lost the Damien versus Darren? I think
we lost Damien versus Darren because basically Damien lost 3 weeks on the trot.
Yeah, so I
I
had
don't
it
know how I
away.
feel about that.
It's true.
I had it
though.
away, didn't I? So
You did have it away as yeah. So Darren last week won the mystery voice. It was Michael Jackson. If you want to see his reaction to that, then you can go to the YouTube page and watch it on there. So right, let's do a clean cut, and we will do the brand new mystery voice. I don't have a jingle for it yet. We may get one. So welcome back to the As Yet Unnamed podcast. We are going to be doing a mystery voice. Darren versus Damien may be back as specials every so often because we don't want to upset Damien too much because he is really bad at them.
Terrible.
But we are
Absolutely
going to
terrible.
have a brand new mystery voice. So we're going to run it the same way. I'm going to play you the voice twice. You will then have the space of the jingle to come up with an answer. And if you don't get it, it will carry on till next week. So are you ready for a brand new mystery voice? No clues whatsoever. Are we ready?
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I'm ready.
Right. Listen carefully.
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think
And again.
that was not as politically hot at the time. So I think
So,
Oh.
do you know who that is? That was the wrong one. Do you know who that is?
Let's be honest, he's awful tonight, isn't he? He's never pressed as many wrong buttons in his life. Seriously. I've got wrong again. Can we start again? No, you're live.
You do know that when you talk over that it doesn't work, don't you?
Sorry, do you want to do that again?
Yeah.
I apologise.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Do you know who the mystery voice is? I will play it for you one more time.
that was not as politically hot at the time. So I think
Darren.
Stab in the dark. An American reporter. I think it's going to be Mario Lopez. He played AC Slater in.
Okay. No.
Saved by the Bell, but he's now a reporter.
No, it's not that. Right. Okay.
Oh, okay, right.
I've no idea who that was then. Right, so Mario Lopez, no. Damien.
This is a real curveball, and I think I'm wrong. But there's something about... No, this is wrong. I think it could be Justin Timberlake.
No.
Oh.
I like that guess though. That because he sounds like a young,
There
trendy guy.
there is a bit of timber in there.
I wish there was.
Know all about that,
right,
don't you?
yeah, I certainly do.
Can I just
I've
make
got,
a note
I've got
of your
those.
answer?
I've
'Cause
got those
I know-
saved in a special folder. Right, so yes, Darren, you had Mario Lopez. Damien, you had Justin Timberlake. That is not correct. Who is this?
that was not as politically hot at the time. So I think
So there you go. We will find out if you know the answer next week. That was this week's mystery voice. And we are now going to do, I'm going to play you, I found, both me and Damien use TikTok. I don't know, Dan, if you've ever used TikTok, but you can waste hours on TikTok, hours and hours. Someone there, Damien?
Sorry about it. Just my mother-in-law going. Bless her. Come round for tea. Out with the kids today. She's off. Bless her. Lovely lady.
So yeah, Dan, I don't know if if you know TikTok or you've used TikTok.
I have it. I'd love to know how to use it, but every time I try and mime something and put something to it, I just look like that guy out of Police Academy, and it's all out of sync. It's weird.
Well, basically, I can waste ages on TikTok as you literally just flick through to the next video, and there are some proper gems on there. So I'm going to play you. I'm not going to give you any background to this. I will say this is what happens when you listen to audio out of context.
And you want to pump it up and down quite hard. You can experiment with going deeper and faster. But what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size, as you can see here. How's that going for you guys?
It's going great guns. It's definitely propping up.
Right.
Yeah, happy with
I'm just going
yourself.
to
That was the one and only Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby from this morning.
Yeah, Is that some sort of like new porn thing that they're doing on This Morning?
I've got to say, and just throwing this out there, I came home and my wife were recording it for me, and it was this morning, and they went over to the reporter there. And she was at a nudist camp. Did you see this?
No, I haven't seen this, but I can
Anyway,
imagine.
there was a guy, an older guy, must have been in his 80s, and he was kind of behind his car. So the car door was open, and Philip and Holly were sort of watching. Anyway, the camera kind of kept edging, and this old guy was edging. Anyway, just saw a little bit of ball. Just a little bit of ball.
No, you didn't.
Phil there going, oh. Absolutely fantastic. Those two are brilliant. It's almost as much chemistry as me and Ian.
So yeah, this is so this is a little clip.
What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size. You can experiment with going deeper.
So I've had a little fun. Sorry.
So hang on, who is that voice there?
So this is basically they are using a cafetiere to froth up milk to make a frothy coffee.
To do what with milk? Sorry,
froth up milk. Froth up milk. To make a frothy coffee. Was
the scene in a frothel? In a frothel.
Every morning, 6 a.m. You can listen to that. Right, I've had a little bit of fun. Damien, sorry.
And you want to pump it up and down quite hard. You can experiment with going deeper and faster. But what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size.
Okay, great. It's definitely frothing up.
That made me laugh that hard quickly that I hurt my chest.
Just going to play that one more time.
And you want to pump it up and down quite hard. You can experiment with going deeper and faster. But what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size.
Okay, great. It's definitely frothing up.
Sorry, Damien.
That's why. Do you know what I mean? I work God knows how many hours. I rushed home to do this podcast, all because of things like that. That is just. That's priceless. You all right? You got a bit dribble there.
Oh, I was imagining.
That made me laugh that quickly, that hard, that I hurt my chest when I did it. Yeah, very good.
Absolutely brilliant.
So,
congratulations. I tip my hat to you, sir. That was fantastic.
I can now have some fun. Have a listen.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
You can experiment with going deeper. What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size.
My tea with 1 lump or 2 lumps in it.
Oh, dear me.
Oh dear.
That's funny. So yeah,
I had someone on my staff actually turn around and they were like, so basically I listened to your show and it's just you lot having a bit of banter. Not at all. This is serious journalism. Okay.
Yeah, we class ourselves as like the One Show, but funnier. So if the One Show,
we went to college for many years about this.
We did.
I will say, bless her, Dagmar is still having a look on the watch party, and unfortunately we don't talk politics all of the time on this show. We do veer into more shake hard. And Ian, how's it go?
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
You can experiment with going deeper. But what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size.
My tea with 1 lump or 2 lumps in it.
I think you're a 1 lump.
What a show. What a show. Should we move on to the news?
I've got 2 more clips. I've got to play these because I'm really, really happy. We had a really hot couple of days and I saw this video and it perfectly sums up the British way of thinking about heat.
30 degrees in Spain feels like 30 degrees. 30 degrees in Greece feels like 30 degrees. 30 degrees in Italy feels like 30 degrees. But 30 degrees in the United Kingdom feels like I'm being f***ed sideways by the Human Torch and then getting finished off with a bit of f***ing by a fire-breathing f***ing dragon. I've moved 4 feet and I'm sweating as much as Prince f***ing Andrew.
Who's that?
I don't know his name. Oh, I love that.
My
I
goodness.
absolutely
But it
love
is true,
that.
isn't it?
Oh,
And
it's
you know
so
what-
true.
Do you know what I always love when it's hot? And we've all said it. Someone will go, oh, yeah, but don't knock it. And you go, yeah, but it's different heat here. It's a different hot. Why is it different?
It's true, though, because you're not
Why is it
sat at a
different?
beach. I am absolutely boiling in this room at the minute. I've got one more clip to play for you, and this is a nice one. So this is a little, I think it's a gerbil or a hamster running across flooring, wooden flooring. Just listen to this and just listen to the sound because it's proper. Oh, that's so cute. It's that noise. I love that noise.
Oh, it's like very
little-
tingly. It's very
yeah.
I didn't
ASMR,
get
isn't it?
that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
Do you want
get
me to,
that.
I'll play it again. Listen carefully, Damien. It's basically tiny little feet tip-tapping across a wooden floor is one of the best sounds in the world, and there's a whole thing on TikTok for it. So yeah, there you go. That was my that's my viral videos of the day. Who are you talking to now?
Sorry?
Is that your wife?
No. It's the neighbours. They're just having a party.
Do you want to go and join? Right, we'll be right back.
There's more than 6. I've hated them all the time. Can't stand them.
We will be right back after this.
3 men close to a midlife crisis. 3 microphones, 1 Zoom call, all lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Anthony's that's hooking hilarious is what he said for that. I hope you enjoyed that. I had so much fun. I was giggling to myself like a little
That
child.
was a very, very good item. And for the people that are joining on the Facebook watch, I don't really know how you know who's watching because there's lots of people that have joined. So do you know?
I know because I don't see it because you set up the watch party, so I have no idea how many people are watching on yours.
Well, hi if you're watching. Thanks, mate. I hope you're all right and staying safe. Thanks for having a watch of this crazy podcast. If you like it, go and like and subscribe. Where can they subscribe?
You can
Sorry?
subscribe.
Can we retake that?
That's fine. We're not doing it. You can subscribe by going to www.theasyetonunnamedpodcast.uk. Theasyetonunnamedpodcast.uk. Follow the links on there. You'll see the player on there. You can subscribe via Apple, Google, Spotify, Podbean, Anchor. Every time.
It's off.
Yes,
you can't mention that anymore.
Every time. I mean, who was in a room and kind of so what should we call the podcast? What did you have for lunch, Derek? Just got some Heinz. Heinz what? I've got Heinz beans. Brilliant. I've got it now. Podbean. Pathetic. But it's a great site. I mean, great site.
Right, gentlemen, we are an hour into the record, so I am quite happy that we have enough for the first half of the show. Unless anyone has got any mad, funny stories they want to do and they can't hold over till next week. Yeah, he's doing that. Right, yeah. So we're going to we'll do the outro for the first half of the podcast, and then we'll come back and do the top 5 songs, which I am looking forward to. Are we ready?
Could you do a watch party as well?
No, I haven't got time. I've got a lot of buttons to press.
Could you do a watch party, Darren?
He doesn't know what that is.
I do. If I do a watch party, I'll probably get arrested. Anyway, carry on.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
That'll be in my watch party.
Right, let's do the outro for the first half. That is it for the first half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed this half of the show. We'll be right back very shortly, probably in a couple of seconds, with our top 5 songs of all time. Don't forget, if you are listening on a podcast app, then you can subscribe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that bit again. Sorry. That is it for the first half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Don't forget, if you are listening, click on subscribe so you get notified every time we release a new episode. Every Monday morning from 6 a.m, we are in your podcast feed. We will be right back after this with our top 5 songs. Anthony has just said, I have seen this. Anthony, who is watching at the moment, said, have you seen the Dunelm chopping board that's gone viral? Basically, there is a sticker on there. So this is a wooden chopping board that you can buy. And what do you use a chopping board for? To chop up vegetables.
Yeah.
It says that you can't soak it, don't wipe it with a damp cloth, and don't use it as a chopping board. They are selling it as a chopping board. And it has a sticker on there that says, do not use for a chopping board. It's just like, what? Mad. Right, we will come back in. Damien, we're going to do, and Darren, we're going to do the hi, I'm Ian, I'm Damien, I'm Darren bit. Yes?
I can't wait, to be honest.
Are we both ready? Damien, do you want to look at the camera, not at your phone?
Sorry about that. I wasn't. I was looking at Barbara's legs.
Again. Are they hairy?
Sorry?
Are they hairy?
No, they're just wooden.
Oh, peg leg. Right, let's do this. Damien, full attention, please.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. Hello, welcome back to the second half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. My name is Ian Barstow.
Hi, my name's Damien Lee.
It's just terrible.
Oh dear.
It's almost, yeah, it's almost like we're live. If you are watching on the live feed, hello, by the way. Thank you for joining us this evening. Don't forget to leave us a comment. Right, we'll try that again. Take 2. Welcome back to the second half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. My name is Ian Barstow.
My name is Damien Lee.
And I'm Daz Antrobus.
Honestly, it's one of those shows today. If you're watching us live, you'll understand. Right, in this half of the show, we are going to be doing our top 5. We have a jingle coming up for that. So at some point, I am going to do a jingle for it, which you need to pay me for. But anyway, we will be doing that. So, yes, our top 5 this week is top 5 songs. So this is our personal choice of our top 5 favourite songs of all time. This is going to be very interesting, and I will say these are our personal choices. So mainly for me, don't, sort of really have a go at me for some of the ones that I've picked. I think I've got quite a good one.
I mean, what's happened to the news then? Are we just not doing that now?
No. I did say before, we've gone on for an hour, mate. You don't want a 2-hour podcast.
I had a really great story. A mum of 2 who married a tree. They celebrated their first wedding anniversary.
Will it last till next week? It's not time sensitive, is it?
You're always branching out, you.
That is the only reason he wanted to bring up that story. That one joke. That was the only reason. That's really bad.
Sorry.
Yeah. No.
By the way, again, this watch party thing is. I tell you,
Damien,
welcome along. Sit down.
Damien,
take some nibbles.
Damien, just come back from your microphone slightly.
Right. Okay. Sorry, a bit too close there.
Yeah, a bit too close. That's it. That's about right.
Right. Okay. No worries.
Thanks.
Yeah. Love it when you're masterful.
Been told that before. Right, let's do our top 5 songs of all time. Damien, we will start with you, please, sir.
Oh. Okay. No, do you want to start with me or
why? Yeah. Have you not got it? Do you need a bit of time?
I would have liked a bit of time.
Do you want me to start first?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's so professional. Right, top 5 songs of all time. At number 5, this is a fairly recent one. It's from a 2017 film, and it is performed by Keela Settle. It's been an Academy Award winner or Academy Award nominee, Golden Globe winner for the best soundtrack, reached number 4 in the charts. From The Greatest Showman, it is This Is Me. And I will tell you the reason why it is This Is Me. I first saw this when she appeared on Graham Norton, and she did a performance of this song on Graham Norton, and it was absolutely stunning. The Bearded Lady, yes, Keely Settle. Yeah. She did a performance on it on Graham Norton. It was absolutely stunning. It was like, oh my God, I need to find out what that is. I then searched on YouTube, not really knowing much about the Greatest Showman movie at the time, and there is a video out on YouTube of her singing this in almost like an actor's reading room. So basically, this was they basically had to pitch this and try and get money to make this film, and they sung the whole thing very raw, very sort of. There was a live band, live singers, all of the actors, and she sings this, and it is one of the most powerful performances I have ever seen. on you, and you can watch it on YouTube. And I fell in love with that song, and I love the message behind it. It's a very powerful message. It's a message that has been taken up by people from all different minorities, so transgender, LGBT, people that are disabled, all of this sort of stuff. The message behind the song is really good, but it is just a fabulous song, and I absolutely adore it.
Are you going to play it, or...?
No, I can't play any music on it on the podcast, I'm afraid.
Right, but it's powerful, and that whole... I didn't actually see that film at the cinema.
No, I didn't
saw
actually.
it on Sky, but my God, just everything about that film, it is just... You go on sounds cliche, but you do go on a journey. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film, and I think Talented is unbelievable.
Can I just say that I played the song for a long time on the radio before me and my other half got round to watching the film. As a standalone song, it kind of just went in and out the other ear, right? It didn't register anything with me. In the film, on another level. So in context with the film, it's a fantastic song. The lady you're on about, Ian, is she the actual lady with the bearded lady in the film? Is that actually Keala Settle?
Yes, it is. And the story behind it, the fact she was very much a Broadway theatre person, New York theatre person. She's done it for years and years. Hugh Jackman saw her in a play, and then said, "You need to come and do this movie." And she was very like, "No, I can't. I don't want to do film. I like to do theatre. I don't want to be in the spotlight." All this sort of stuff. And then they did this performance, and they said, "We will back this movie." The money people said, "We will back this movie if she plays that part." And that's the reason why. So basically, it's Hugh Jackman.
That's amazing.
It's
are they doing a sequel? I've heard they're doing a sequel.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Are they?
I think it's been written already, hasn't it?
Is it going to be the same people?
It needs to be.
It does need to be, because that's the problem with sequels like that. They're never.
Wouldn't the stage show be great though? We all want to go and see that. We can all go together and then like hang out and then like maybe get a tent together.
I would go to that show with you, Damien.
Didn't Hugh Jackman actually go to an award ceremony and perform the opening title song to The Greatest Showman somewhere?
He did. I think he did it at the Olivier Awards or the
I don't know.
BAFTAs or something like that. But he did a world tour. He did a world tour because he's a very good singer.
I'm glad you like that, Darren, because excuse me, I do. You are a manly man, and you are a hairy man.
I can't watch.
Hair.
I can't watch Hugh Jackman. I know we're going off the subject a little bit, but I can't watch Hugh Jackman in anything else other than Wolverine. And we had nothing else to watch, and it was purely by accident. We just went, nothing else on. Let's just give it a go. And then we were straight into it, and we watched it all the way through. It was a fantastic film.
And it's got Zac Efron in.
I mean, when you listen to it, do you sit there in like, your pants and reenact it at all, or?
No, but I did download the album. And I have Keala Settle in my car regularly, playing at 4:30 in the morning, loud on the way to work.
Let's move on.
Number 4 for me. First released. It's 12 years old. This song is 12 years old, and I was like, "What? That can't be true." It's a proper stadium sing-along track. Number 1 in the UK and around the world. It is Kings of Leon, "Sex on Fire."
Wow.
I think they call that in the trade, Ian, an anthem.
It is an anthem, and it is a brilliant
just for people
anthem.
that are just tuning in, this is where we run down our top 5 of favourite songs of all time. Quite a few people listen on Watch Party, Face Party, whatever it's called. That's amazing. Have you been to watch them when they did that big show as well?
I haven't been to see Kings of Leon live. I would like to see Kings of Leon live, but I haven't.
Wow.
But I love the song. It's one of those, every time it comes on the radio, it's like you just know the words to it, but it's 12 years old. It's scary how old that is.
It's on par with things like The Darkness, I believe, in a thing called Love, and Bon Jovi, stuff like that.
All right, well,
It's
we're
on par
doing
with
the
that.
top 5, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? Let's just throw them out there.
At number
I'm just saying,
3,
it's up there with that level. That's all I'm saying.
At number 3 is now I don't know if any of you will know this, but this song is 24 years old, from 1996, and the reason I like this song and the reason it is number 3 on my list is that it reminds me of college. It reminds me of playing the PlayStation 1 and Ridge Racer. If anyone remembers Ridge Racer game, you could put your own CD on there. And it also reminds me of my first car, Ridge Racer on the PlayStation 1, Damien. And it also reminds me of having my first car, which I put decent speakers in. It is JXL. There's Nothing I Won't Do.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
I've got to say, Mr. Barstow,
I love
this
it.
is
Absolutely
a
love that song.
great top five. And hopefully people watching, Paul Burgess watching, we've got Luke watching. Hi to Holly as well. That's a cracker. I wonder what people are saying now. Do you think people are going, ooh?
I wish I could
that.
play them. I wish I could play them. Unfortunately, if anyone knows podcasts, we're not allowed to play any copyrighted music on podcasts. It's really annoying.
That is
so I can't even
fantastic.
play a clip.
What a song. Can you maybe, Darren, just for the people that obviously, as Ian said, we can't play the songs, but I mean, would you mind
reenacting it?
No, I can do it. I can do it. Oh, that's gone into something else. That didn't really work. No, that's not it either. That just sounds like you're having a bit of a fit.
Damien, you have a go, Damien.
Yeah, Damien, you have a go. That's the bit I remember. Yeah. Anyway,
the intro is arms in the air moment.
Yeah, it's brilliant. At number 2, again from
number 3.
Yeah, that was number 3. JXL is Nothing I Won't Do.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
So, Damien, I've had The Greatest Showman, This Is Me. I've had Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. JXL is Nothing I Won't Do. So, at number 2...
Please say Steps.
No, it's not actually. No. At number 2, from 1998, very similar. And I played this every single week on my radio show when I was on Radio Pulse. It is Sonic, and It Feels So Good.
Brilliant.
Wow. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I absolutely
Two-hit
adore
wonder.
it.
Two-hit wonder.
She was
I would quite happily go to a bar, have some hooch with you, maybe go for a kebab after, have some 2020 on the swings, and then go back and watch the Freeview at midnight.
You are obsessed with the Freeview. Obsessed. Right, my number 1, and hear me out on this one. This is my all-time favourite song. And this song I have told people to play at my funeral. Genuinely said to my mum and dad, and to people, and to Colin and other people, that this song will be played at my funeral. No, you're not going to guess, Damien, if that's what you want.
No, I think we might be the same one.
No, I
it's
can
all gone a
guarantee
bit
you
morbid now, isn't it?
No,
I
it's
think
not
we're the
morbid.
same one.
It's not morbid. It is from my favourite ever musical.
I'm not sure.
It is from my favourite ever musical. It is the most beautiful song, and it is genuinely my favourite song of all time. And I get very emotional if I listen to it. If I'm listening to the whole thing. I've seen the show 3 times. I've seen it in New York on Broadway. I've seen it in Birmingham, and I've seen an amateur production, which was fantastic. It has to be the original, sung by Colm Wilkinson. It is from the world's biggest ever musical, Les Miserables. It is Bring Him Home. It is my favourite ever song, genuinely, of all time.
So I normally at this point of the show I'd leave or I'd make a sarky comment, but because that means so much to you, that's a nice. I think if we were all together now, maybe eating hobnobs together, and maybe Darren was picking his toenails, we could listen to that together.
It is
quite emotional, a bit emotional. That
got me there.
I get emotional when I listen to that song, and if ever you see anyone perform that live, for the love of God, never ever ever clap until they finish that last note. Ever, never do it. Because when
that was great. You took me on a journey there.
Can I give you some?
I have a wine gum now.
No, don't have a wine gum because we're coming to you next, so I don't want you chomping it when you go have that. Right, honourable mentions from me are Elton John's "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" with Kiki D. I love that song. Ultranata and Free. That is a proper every time it comes on, it's like that's a song. Higher State of Consciousness from Josh Wing.
Wow, that's a great song.
Adore that. And then I just have to put one in there. 5, Keep On Moving. There you go.
Can't believe it. No Steps, no S Club, no ABBA.
Do you know what yours going to be? Listen to the radio.
You'll be very surprised. You will.
Right, Damien, let's go for your top 5, please.
Okie dokie. So this is always a difficult one. So bearing in mind, this was our personal choice. This isn't the top 5 of ever. This was our particular own choice. These are going to surprise you, actually, Mr. Barstow, because you've known me for a long time, and this is quite out there. So first one, okay, it's a song by an English alternative rock band. It was a lead track on their 3rd studio album, which was called Urban Hymns. The song released in June 1997 by Hot Recordings as their first single, reached number 2 on the UK chart, and it remained there for 3 months.
Okay.
Bittersweet Symphony The Verve.
The Verve. Richard Ashcroft, isn't it?
Not only is
Yeah.
the video fantastic, but that song, the video is a right cocky sod. Can't say that. He's walking down, he's knocking into people. It's like, you, Ian, in your neighbourhood in Emmerdale Farm, you're walking there, all right, I'm Ian.
Actually, to be
Coming
fair,
up after the break.
that is a really good song. It is a really, really good song, and it's very much of our era.
It is, yeah.
I always think, because when I was going through my top five, when I was putting together my top five, I was thinking, okay, I'm very much of a late 90s dance person. That's
Thank you, Paul
pretty
Burgess.
much our music.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't see what he's saying. So yeah, that was, and I always imagined that when we are sort of like 70s, 80s, we're in a care home at the moment. People are listening in care homes, they listen to Vera Lynn, all that sort of era. We're going to be sat there in those high back chairs that they always have in care homes, in our Zimmer frames, and then they'll suddenly say, "Do you want to listen to some music? Do you want to listen to some music?" And we'll be going, "Yeah, can you put on Ultranata and Free, please?" Or can you put on
can you
Higher Static
imagine?
Consciousness? Literally, the whole OAP care home will just be going like that, because that's the whole era that
Do that
we're
again.
from.
How does that go? Sorry.
Like that. So yeah, good number five. Number four, please, Damien.
Okay, number 4 on my personal top 5 songs of all time. This was a 90s hit. It became an anthem for an absolutely huge apathetic generation. Named after a brand of deodorant for girls, the song was the biggest hit in most countries. Certified platinum, 1 million copies shipped. And
1 million copies what?
Sorry?
1 million copies what?
Shipped.
Shipped?
It didn't sound that.
Okay,
like
it didn't
that.
sound like that. It sounded like
Steady
something
on,
completely
boys, come
different.
on. And it was the top of the charts at the start of 1992. It was huge. It was written, it was claimed by the frontman Kurt Cobain. It is Nirvana and Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Again, another anthem like Kings of Leon, Sex on the Beach. Sex on the Beach.
Sex on
Sorry?
fire.
You're all right. You're a bit kinky tonight.
Sex on fire.
Hey?
He's got married now. You know what it's like, Damien.
I certainly do. I can't wait for it to be Christmas, I tell you. Flipping it, Christmas and my birthday.
Oh
Bargain.
dear.
So,
Yeah,
you
great,
like that
great
one?
song. Great
I
song.
do. Yeah,
great
good song. Good song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is where we go a little bit left field. It goes a little bit different now, and some of these might not be floating your boat as much, but they are my favourites. So this was actually written during the band's most kind of disruptive time. They didn't get on, but they still managed to put together this absolute cracker. And it was out in 1968. They were falling apart, the band. The lead singer found some comfort in a dream in which his late mother Mary gave him some words of advice, and this inspired the opening lines of Let It Be.
Wow. Wow.
There you go. Let It Be by the Beatles. And as,
arguably
as we do it together, let it be.
Possibly the biggest British band ever to come in our ears.
Yeah, but can I be controversial?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I missed doing something in your ears there.
You can experiment with going deeper. But what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size.
I didn't plan that. It just came out.
I'm certainly hoping it did. In your ears, by the sound of it, you perv.
Right. We're getting off.
Can I just say, I think the Beatles, and I'm going to be controversial here, I think they're overrated.
I
genuinely do.
It's the song that I said was good.
No, I agree, and I think it's a really good song. But I think the Beatles as a band are genuinely overrated.
So many modern day bands like the Verve, like Kings of Leon.
I know.
Idolize that band.
But if they came out now, if the Beatles were to release music now, would they be as successful? Which is a very good question.
You can't say that because it's different. It's different. You just can't.
I'll give you a movie recommendation if you haven't watched it, and I'm trying to think of the name of it while I'm going to talk about it. There is a movie where the Beatles, everyone forgets the Beatles.
It's called Yesterday.
Yesterday. It's a cracking movie. If you've not watched it, it's really, really good. I really recommend it. But I do think the Beatles are overrated, but I do like that song. So good choice at number 3. Number 2, Damien, please.
No worries. Number 2, just Phil for a minute because I've lost my script. Here we go. Right, number 2. Another one, which is a bit out there. So this was...
Do you know, I'm sorry, those pregnant pauses, I have to edit them out because it's just like...
Sorry.
It's like forever silence.
He's hesitating because he's frightened to say it.
This was first released in the USA in October 1971. It was released in the UK in October 1975, and it was this particular artist's best-selling solo hit. It's been covered by Madonna, Stevie Wonder, Lady Gaga, Elton John, and many others. And since 2005, has preceded the New Year's Times Square ball drop in New York. And it's ranked number 30 on the recording industry's list of the best songs ever. And shortly before his death, this particular artist said that much of the song's content and lyrics came from his wife.
Okay, I have no idea.
It's Imagine by John Lennon.
Ooh.
Another Beatles reference there.
Surprised you, haven't I? You thought it was all going to be like, a little bit of you to me, we're having a fantasy. Who sang that?
I haven't got a clue.
I love your smile. Bit of Shanice.
Oh, yeah, some 90s pop.
Can I just see? Imagine. I think Imagine is a really nice song, and some of the covers. And I think I've heard Lady Gaga's cover, and I think Lady Gaga, because she's got a stunning voice. If you listen when she does just plain singing on a piano.
Oh, I think she's beautiful as well. Really do.
Yeah, I think she's not your genuinely what most people would class as stunningly beautiful. She's got a very unique look to her, but she is.
She has. If she was in Chicago Rock, I'd probably say, "Hey, do you want a baby shower?"
Oh, do you know what? She'd be excellent in Chicago. If she ever did.
Wouldn't she just? Can you imagine her? Bless her.
On stage.
Now, my number 1, I've lost my notes, so I can't give you a big spiel about it. But what I will tell you, it is something that at certain points during this song, you have chills. At certain points in this song, you want to get up and you just want to fist bump. It's something that makes you feel good. It's something that makes you think back. It's something that makes you reminisce. It's something that you could say goodbye to if you were dying. It could say something that was a celebration of you. It, for me, is my favourite song of all time, and this is probably what I want at my funeral. It's Frank Sinatra, and it's My Way.
Oh. Be back in a
what
second.
I like there is I built it, and it was all nice, all lovely, and you go and drop your flipping pen.
That was a really good moment, and then it's like, oh, sorry.
A really lovely. There's Ian saying, it makes me choke and my partner, and I'll have this on my deathbed. And here's you. Oh no, I've dropped my pen. I can't stand you. You potato head. I just want to ruin that now. You ruined it, man.
It's a beautiful, beautiful song
It is.
for a beautiful, beautiful man. Yes.
And it is right off now. Yes. Tell you, shove it up your, you know what.
And it is a proper song that if you're at a party, a
all
wedding,
right, I've heard it all.
No, if you're at a party or wedding, you will sing that out loud. I'm being complimentary to you, Damien. I was saying if you're at a party or you're a wedding or anything like that, that's a song that towards the end they put that on and everybody gets up on the floor and sings that one.
Thanks.
It is a really good song. No, I like that one. Nice.
Did you like my top 5? I thought
did.
That was quite good, actually.
Very good top 5.
Did you watch Robbie Williams when he did his big band swing concert from the Royal Albert Hall?
Swing when you're winning.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, I watched it for a different reason. It said swing in it. I was all over it.
Swing with Robbie Williams. But yeah, I would really recommend if you've not watched it, watch that because his version of those Rat Pack type music is brilliant. So yeah, really good top 5. Any honourable mentions, Damien, that you can think of?
Not really. I've done a few. I like Shanice. I Love Your Smile. There's a few in there with Ultranate, Macy Gray, all that sort of stuff. But no, those are for me. Those are my top 5.
Macy Gray, I Cry. Is it Macy Gray, I Try? Is it I Try?
Yeah.
I love that song.
So, yeah, I mean, look, I think we've all got similar types, but this is even going to be one of his best top 5, or possibly the worst. Darren Antrobus, let's have your top 5.
Okay, are you ready then?
I can't wait. It's why I joined.
Let's give you the picture of the whole top 5 first. All these songs are personal to me through different stages of my life. So here we go then. Top 5. Number 5 is
80s.
because I like. No. Actually, yeah, you're right for number 5. Yeah.
Oh no, not all 80s.
No, they're not. No. So it's not. It's because I like their commercial side of their music. It was on the Miracle album. It was recorded in 1989, just before the lead singer's health deteriorated that much. It was the video to it was brilliant because it was done on a locomotive train in Cambridgeshire. Any ideas of what it is so far, or who it is?
It's Queen.
It's Queen, yes.
And it is Under Pressure.
No, that's very early Queen. This is 1989. This is.
Oh, what's the one on the train? Break Free.
Close. Breakthrough.
Breakthrough. That's
Breakthrough,
it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
really good.
And
Really
it kind of
good
gallops, and it's one that I like to listen to at the gym, anyway, because it gallops along and it's got some pace to it.
How long have you known him?
Who?
You said you listened to it.
Jim?
At Jim.
Yeah. Do you listen to it with him often, or
do you gallop along with him?
Yeah.
And you want to pump it up and down quite hard. You can experiment with going deeper and faster. But what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size.
Galloping.
It's definitely propping up.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
Sorry.
Okay.
for anyone that has just joined Facebook
No,
party.
don't mention it. Don't mention it. They have to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
No context.
Wow.
Okay, so that was number 5. Number 4 is a fairly modern one, which may make you fall off your chairs to anybody listening who knows what my top 5s are like. It was a hit in 2011, and in this kind of era, you had to have about 5 different people to make a chart record. It was produced by a DJ called Afrojack. Featured Neo, and it featured Pitbull as well. Now, before I tell you what it is, I don't think it was a number 1. I think it was like a top 5 hit anyway. The reason why I like this is personal to me, is because at this era, I was going through.
Did you listen to this with Jim, or?
No, going through my divorce. So I'd lost a lot of weight, wanted to get fitter and healthier.
I'm sorry, Darren. I'm not laughing at you, but you're just such an idiot sometimes.
I'm sorry.
I could read that Darren was going to go through this is quite an important bit in my life. It's all like this.
I'm just getting him back for Pengate. Do you know what I mean? I really sold that.
Sorry,
my favourite
Darren.
song. And there's it when he throws his pen.
Can I carry on or not?
No, carry on. Seriously, we're all listening.
It's the point where I had my first major weight loss. 5 or 6 stone in a short space of time. And it was in the kind of time where I was moving back to Stoke from that the land of nightmares known as Redditch.
All right. Every Reddit gist.
Yes. It's called Give Me Everything Tonight. Do you know it?
I've never heard that.
I've never heard of that one. No, I've got to be honest. Can you hum it? Can you?
Yeah. It's Give Me Everything Tonight.
No, we can't. Right, bear with me. I'm just going to play that. I'm not going to.
No, I mean, what I tried to do there was, can you hum it? Not just go, can you give me tonight? Can we have a bit more than that?
Oh, Give Me Everything by Pitbull. I presume it is this one?
Yes, it is.
Listen to a teaser?
Right,
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Okay.
Yeah. Be careful, it might have some naughty words in it.
We're in it
That's
live.
fine, it's live. I'll cut this bit out. Don't worry about it. Right, hang on, let me. Oh! Yes. As soon as he gets that
very,
bit.
very good choice. I tell you, I bow to you, sir. That is a good tune.
And I'm a big fan of Neo anyway, and Pitbull, obviously. Pitbull, who should really do Valentine's cards, back it up like a tug truck. So.
You went a bit Tony Blackburn again then.
No.
Have you got a cold?
Backing up like a tow
I don't know
truck.
what's going on with you because you've gone from like really down to earth when we first went, hello, how's it going? I just had some sausage rolls and I had a cup of tea. To suddenly you've gone all like, okay, top pickers on number 10 this week, number 1. What's happened?
So, number 3, I like the song purely because of the video. It was a turning point in the whole black music scene. I'm getting annoyed now.
Damien, stop it.
It was a turning point in the whole black music movement anyway. It was the first black music video ever to be shown on MTV, apparently, in 1983, from his biggest selling album of all time. It's obviously Michael Jackson. And the song is number 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's number 4 or 5 off the Thriller album. The iconic Billie Jean.
Oh, amazing. That video. And do you know what's a shame about that video?
Before you carry on, let me stop you. Sorry, let me stop you. I don't like the music video to it, right? The music video I like to Billie Jean is the one where he performed the moonwalk for the first time on stage, and it was called the Motown 25 Anniversary Concert. So the music video is just him dancing with light up slabs. It's okay. It's all right.
But don't you think, though, what's a shame about this? If you had Michael Jackson of that era when he looked like Michael Jackson,
he looked cool. Yeah.
He looked amazing. You wouldn't even know it was him. And the poor bloke, how he kind of just, changed and, know, I mean, he was a good looking bloke back then, weren't he?
He was, yeah.
But an amazing video, an amazing song. I commend you, sir. Good choice.
You need to do a bit of research, Damien, though. I want you to go onto YouTube when you get some spare time, and for Ian as well, and anybody else watching, and type in Motown 25.
I've seen that live performance,
and it's the bit where he just glides on fresh air backwards.
It is,
and everyone's just like, "Whoa, what's that?"
The crowd reaction to that is amazing.
Yeah,
isn't he on there as well with just someone that would have been amazing to go and see?
I'd love to have seen him live. Oh,
it's such a shame that he went. He had he had the issues that he had. It's such a shame because he was one of those universally liked, apart from someone that's listening downstairs at the moment who doesn't like Michael Jackson. But anyway, he was universally liked, and his music will live for pretty much forever for people. He's just amazing.
The thing is, I like Michael Jackson because of the 80s era. When he started to lose the plot a little bit and he had his problems, the Dangerous album, okay, one song off it I like. But the Bad album, the Thriller album, and the Jacksons, not the Jackson 5 as a little children, but the Jackson 5, the Jacksons when they were teenagers, he was slick.
I still think Dangerous was quite good when he was doing Black and White and things like that, and You Were Not Alone. I think that was a great song.
Do you not like the Earth one? What was the Earth one? The one,
no.
Was that the one where old Jarvis Cocker jumped on stage?
Yeah, but look, he thought he was Jesus on that, didn't he? What's that all about?
Yeah, he did get a bit like that. But no, good number 3.
I think you look at these icons, don't you? And we won't go on about this too long, but it's a bit deep, this. But it's almost like they were here for a purpose. So many of them go too soon. And you do that whole, why did they have to go? You just never know, do you?
It's very much, I almost put an Amy Winehouse song in my top 5.
Oh, just what?
Because again, she had massive troubles. She had massive issues.
Yeah. I was a massive fan,
and she did go too soon. And it's one of those things. But then the music will now be played forever and a day.
Of course it will. We will always hear them. So, Darren, great. What's the next one? Can't wait.
Right. Number two is by a. Now you'll be shocked to know that I do actually quite like some indie music and rock music. Now, some of the band's music is very screamy, shouty rock music, but the videos they do are absolutely hilarious. Proper belly laugh videos. One of their songs was taken up by I think it was a Jim Carrey film. I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe. I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that though. The video, the song that I like of theirs, which has made my top 5, is called Learn to Fly. and it's by the Foo Fighters.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I do like a lot of their commercial stuff. So times like these break out.
You've really, do you know? I mean, you get a lot of stick on this show, Bessie. And I've got to say, mate, I'd be quite happily get a few bevies, pop round to Dazzlers, put the old vinyl on, maybe crack open, some Pringles.
Except not at the moment, though, because of COVID restrictions and the rule of 6.
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Come on your own.
16 chins, but geez, all right, only me. You
I
can come if you want.
thought that was your wife. I thought that was your wife laughing in the background. Your 16 chins, because she's like, yeah, that's true.
So yeah, Foo Fighters. Yeah, Learn to Fly. And have you ever seen the video to this where they're on the aeroplane?
I may have done. It's not. I'll be honest. It's not one I can instantly think of what the actual track goes like. Learn to Fly.
So it's really catchy.
It's probably one. Is it one you would know straight away as soon as you hear it?
It's the,
Darren,
it's
listen,
the first.
We know our music. We go back a while, Darren, when we used to, present back in the day on hospital radio. We played a lot of those tunes, and when Ian and myself presented Kingfisher,
it was never that. It was always Pulse when we were together.
It was, yeah, it was. Darren, give us number 2.
That was number 2.
Sorry, Dave, you just blew my ears off.
That was number 2. Number 1
He's
was
not
the very
listening.
first.
He's not listening, Damien.
What?
Damien is not listening because he's like, does he give me a number 2, Darren? It's like, done on number 2. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So
clean edit,
Darren,
please.
Number 1 is it's really personal again to me. Number 1 is it's the first ever record that I ever played.
Oh, sorry about that. I just dropped a pen. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to ruin your moment there.
Ian, clean edit. Number 1 is my personal favourite by this artist. It's a collaboration with 2 different people. It's the first ever record I ever played on the radio. So, and it was the first ever song because it was I played it on the radio. It's the first ever song I talked over the intro and hit the lyrics bang on, and I knew I could do this job.
That's so geeky. That is so geeky.
We've all done it, though.
We have, definitely.
Right.
We've all done it. Lighthouse Family.
No.
We've all done it to that.
No, it's not that. And it's got
We've all done it to the Lighthouse Family, Ian.
It is an 80s song. It's from 1985. I think it was credited to the guest singer more than the singer that you think it belongs to, because the guest singer shares the same name as the actual artist that I'm a fan of anyway. What else can I tell you about this?
I just wish you'd tell me.
The title?
No,
I've got to
the
go.
artist?
No, because I'm building up to it.
You certainly are. I tell you, we've lost about 10 viewers already on that link.
Also, it's one of the few songs that I like to do on a karaoke because I like to do the high bits and the low bits. It's by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey, and it's called Easy Lover.
Okay.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
I do know it. I'm slightly disappointed that that's your top choice, but it's a very personal choice. So
it is personal to me. And you know,
how long's the intro?
When me and my other half met via the internet, Biog on Plenty of Fish. Anyway.
Great to see you this week on the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Thanks very much to that was just a bit like, and I like that just underwhelmed me a little bit, Daz. I won't lie.
Why? Yeah, but it's our personal ones, isn't it?
It is.
That's what it is.
How long's the intro?
Oh God!
If I played you the intro now, I can't. But if I played you the intro, would you still be able to talk up to the vocals?
Yes, easily. Yes.
It? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It is. And
well, bravo, sir. If it means something to you, then you know. I wouldn't have expected that. I would have expected. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's a good song. It's a good song. Is it a great song?
Yeah, because everyone knows the words to it. It's a catchy song. But again, it's not played very often, and I don't know why. But it's a brilliant, brilliant song. It's really,
average.
It's an earworm song.
She's
an easy lover.
It's an average song, though.
No, it's not an average song, is it?
It's an average song.
It is a very average song. Right, that was our top five
Right.
of this week. Thank you very much, all. Really interesting top five. So we've had for our top five, we've had The Greatest Showman, Kings of Leon, JXL, Sonic, Les Miserables, Bittersweet Symphony from The Verve, Nevada, The Beatles, John Lennon, Frank Sinatra, Breakthrough from Queen. We've had Neo and Pitbull, Michael Jackson, Foo Fighters, and Phil Collins. If
I
ever
haven't
there
done
is a
any-
mix of music, that's probably it.
I haven't done any honourable mentions. Now
Go on
you
then.
both do this
Very
just
quickly.
very quick. Yeah, you always tell me to do them quickly. Yeah. Honourable mentions: "Careless Whisper," George Michael. It's the first song I ever played on a piano.
What? What?
First song I ever played on a piano. Yes,
You
I can
play
play
the
a piano.
You play the piano?
I can. Yes, I can play a piano.
Can you really? What
Yes,
sort,
I can, yes.
What sort? Can you play it well?
Yeah,
But you've got
I
like really
used to.
big, manly, hairy fingers.
Chubby fingers, yeah. Because
Oh no, bless them. Oh, hello.
But I can actually play piano. Yes.
Oh, show
What
me
can
your
you play?
fingers
What can you
again.
play on the piano?
Sorry.
What can you play on the piano?
I only know that one all the way through.
I never knew you could do that. I never knew you could play
Yeah.
a piano. I mean, have you got a
Yeah.
piano? Have you got a keyboard?
My mum's got a keyboard in a house. Yeah.
Can we have a live demonstration of your piano playing at one point? In the
I
future?
will do. I will do a video that you can use next week.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, honourable mentions. Carry on then.
Yeah. So yeah, Careless Whisper, George Michael. It's got to be the song that me and my other half having for our wedding dance, which is Alexander O'Neill. Never Knew Love Like This Before, and our personal favourite song, which is Frankie Valli from the Four Seasons. My Eyes Adored You, which you probably don't even know, do you?
No.
You probably never heard of it. No.
Damien,
It's
what,
a really-
what was your first song, Damien, at your wedding that I wasn't invited to? Didn't even know you were married.
Awkward.
You don't remember, do you?
What, my wedding song?
Yeah.
I do actually. Yeah, we walked out to one and we walked into one because we had our wedding on the 28th of December. So it was a Christmas wedding. So there was Christmas trees and all
Oh,
that
that's
sort of
just
stuff.
potential. I can't say that word.
Oh, I'm
Pretentious.
sorry. Here he is, our wedding planner.
It is, though, isn't it? It's like
It's so pretentious.
It
To
is,
be
though.
honest,
It is.
you know.
Do you know why it is, though, Damien? Because it's like, oh, everyone's just had Christmas. They've just spent all that money on Christmas presents, and then you're like, oh, yeah. By the way, we're just going to invite you to our wedding on the 28th
Yeah,
of
you
December.
imagine how much that flipping thing cost, I tell you.
I can imagine how much people have to pay for presents extra. Very.
So she actually walked down the aisle to the theme song out of
Benny Hill?
Pardon?
Benny Hill.
No, I mean bless her. No, it was, and I've forgot the song now. You idiot.
I know what it is.
What's the vampire film? Million Years. That's what we walked down the aisle to.
Vanessa Carlton.
Is that a million? Oh yeah, okay. And what was your first dance song?
First dance was
Colour Me Bad, I Want to Sex
A
You Up.
Million Years.
You can't remember it, can you?
No. Absolutely not.
Right, okay, that was our top five. Let's do a clean edit into Damien getting the envelope from Barbara. We are expecting a little bit of comedy in this port here, just to let you know, Damien, if you'd like to ad-lib and impromptu comedy your way through to opening of the envelope, and we'll have a clean cut. Action.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. There we go. So every week,
Is
this
that
where we
it?
get...
Is that it?
What's that?
Where's the little monologue that you have with Barbara when she hands you over the envelope?
Well, no, I'm leading into that. Don't ruin it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, Steven Spielberg. I haven't even started yet.
Take two.
You're so moody tonight. I don't know what's the matter with you.
He's a bit like Quincy Tarantino.
Oh,
isn't he?
he is, isn't he? I tell you. Will you have a shave as well? You look like a right hobo.
I like my beard. Leave me alone.
And don't even go there, Darren, because I know what you're thinking.
At least
there.
I can grow one.
At
At least I can grow a beard.
Don't you make me get all camp on you, mister. I tell you. Right, should we have a clean edit?
It tickles people as well. Yes, please.
Right. Where you been? No, I understand what you're saying, but you've got one role. One role. All you need to do is bring me an envelope. Yeah, I know. Well, who's that you've bought in here now? It's my house. What are you bringing that in there for? Spiky. Dirty. Moves as well. Oh, don't touch it. Oh, that dirty little... Get that out. Don't you bring... Oh, pissed. I mean, oh, sorry.
That was going so well.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, dear, that was going so well, Damien.
Oh, dearie me. Anyway, good. Right, let me open the envelope for next week's top 5, which is normally great, to be fair. Good old Barbara. So, what have we had, boys, over the last couple of weeks? What have some of our top 5s been?
Horror films. We've had 80s. We've had sitcoms. We've had
80s films. We've had bands
last week. Yeah. So
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the Facebook chat there. People saying, "Oopsie." Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for listening. Paul Burgess. Then he's cracking up. Bless him. He's gone. Won't be in the podcast. We won't put that in there.
Oh no, we will. Yeah, yes, we will.
Yeah, leave it in. Bleep it.
Okay, so next week's top 5 is a bit of a different one. So well done, but I don't think I wanted to see that. I didn't know you could get. You're flexible. Right, so basically, next week's top 5 is your top 5 memories of the year 2000.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's...
So it's your top 5 memories of the year 2000. Now, this isn't just... Darren, I don't want you to just go, oh, I'll tell you what, I had a lovely donut in February of 2000, creamy in the middle, and, it needs to be topical. It needs to be something within the news or entertainment or anything like that, your top 5 memories of the start of a new decade.
And
it's all relative to our ages, though, isn't it? So I was 20 in the November of that year.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is you don't want to just come on here and go, well, I remember in February I went for a walk around the Vale of Glamorgan. Great place, I saw a slug. It needs to be something a little bit,
Damien, is our start of that year going to be in the top 5?
Is the what, sorry?
Is the start of our year going to be in the top 5?
The start of our year?
Of our year.
How do you mean?
The year 2000. Where were we in January December the 31st, 1999?
We were in the Washford Mill.
We were, yeah.
In Redditch.
Yeah.
Together.
We were.
Ah.
We saw the Millennium.
So that's it. So it's your top 5 memories of the year 2000. Topical, newsworthy, entertainment-worthy. We'll all get together, we'll have a chat about it and see what it was like.
I like that. I like that.
Barbara, interesting curveball. She's gone. She's took it with her.
I like that, though. That's good. I like that. Okie doke. Right. Excellent. Thank you very much to people that are still watching on Facebook and the Facebook party, which Damien's running on his own, so I can't actually see who's watching that. But obviously quite a few people, which is good. We like that. And also thank you to people that are watching on YouTube and Twitch as well, if you're watching on there. We are pretty much done, so I'm going to do the outro if you are ready, gentlemen. Okay, good. Are we ready?
Let's go.
And that is it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We've had a lot of fun. We've found a new favourite clip.
You can experiment with
going deeper and all of that sort of stuff. That was very funny. We've had our top 5 where we had really interesting songs, actually. I was really impressed with our top 5 from all of us, apart from your last one, Darren, I will be perfectly honest.
Average.
I was slightly disappointed in that. But thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Damien.
Yeah, thank you. It's funny times out there at the moment, guys. We're all a little bit not knowing what we can, what we can't do. Rule of 6, stay safe, wear your masks. And you know what? Most of all, I know it's really cliche, but just be kind to each other, be nice. And yeah, just be nice. It's a hard time for everyone, so stay safe, everyone.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Darren.
Thank you very much. And I wouldn't blame you or anybody for sticking their Crimbo decorations up early, because you know what? We all need cheering up, so let's just do it.
No, don't ever put your Christmas tree up until at least
bad luck.
1st of December. Yes.
Terrible.
So thank you very much for listening. If you have enjoyed this and you've made it all the way through to the end, then why not subscribe? Click on that subscribe button on your podcast app and you will be able to get and listen to us every single week. If you want to join us live, we are on Facebook every Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock, with the live show, which is basically this show, but all the bits that you didn't hear and the out stuff that went wrong. And you can follow us on Twitter at AsYetUnnamed, or you can have a look at our website, www.theasyetUnnamedpodcast.uk. Subscribe on there, watch the videos and all of that sort of stuff. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back again next Monday morning from 6 a.m. on your podcast feed. Until then, look after yourself. Remember the rule of 6. We don't like it. We have to follow it. That's life. Wear a mask. And we will see you again and listen and hear us next week. That really didn't work. Bye then.
It works for Clarkson, May and Hammond. We're not quite sure it works for Antrobus, Lee and Barstow. But they're doing it anyway. You're listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
And that is it. Podcast recording done. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you to everyone that was watching the show. We've had quite a few people watching on the live streams this evening. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope if you do listen to it, that you then go out and subscribe to our podcast. We really, really, really would appreciate if you would look for us on your podcast feed, whichever podcast app you want to use, and click on subscribe and rate us as well, because it really does help. Our listenership's going up. We want to get more and more people enjoying this show because we're thoroughly enjoying it, and I hope that you're enjoying watching it as well. So thank you very much for watching on the live feed. Damien and Dan, say goodbye to the world.
Yeah, thank you all. There's been quite a lot of people bopping into this party of face and Facebook chat and whatever else is going on. So thanks for having a listen. It's meant a lot. If you like it, go and subscribe to the podcast and you can listen to this sounding all much more professional, and it makes it sound good. So thank you. And yeah, I think it's time for a cup of tea, and I might watch Des, to be honest.
Oh, have you been watching that?
Ooh,
isn't
powerful, isn't it?
Oh, doesn't he play the best creepy characters, David Tennant?
What an actor.
Oh, he's
and
so
also,
good.
You need to watch Criminal on Netflix as well. Fantastic.
Can I recommend another one? There's another one that's just started on Netflix. Series 2 has been out today. It's where they do police interviews, but they make it. Last year David Tennant was in it.
That's what I meant.
Oh, is that Criminal? Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, season 2's out. So
yes, I love season 1 was brilliant, and I can't wait for season 2.
So good.
Darren, thank you very much.
Listen, you stay, Ian. Potato Head. I love you. I miss you, and I want one day maybe to just go for a walk together.
Ian, can you wave again for me, Ian? You look like an uncomfortable children's presenter.
Guys, I'm out. See you soon.
Damien, don't go because we need to have the off-air chat. Oh, I see. He's done it again. He's just like a child. Thank you very much, Darren.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for watching on Facebook. We'll be back again next Wednesday from 8 p.m. Do not go anywhere at that time. You can go away now. You don't have to watch the whole thing again. You could if you wanted to. Anyway, goodbye. Thank you for watching.
This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast with Ian Barstow, Damien Lee, and Darren Antrim.